or a referral or whatever is appropriate. This doesn't mean we're never writing referrals, okay? But this also means that when I do write a referral, it's not the end. You still gotta come back to me, okay? Now, Susan, you said, right? Okay, so Susan and I are gonna sit down and have a conversation. And I'm gonna say you're a third grader because I don't speak primary, okay? Okay. I mean, they're cute and they scare me. Honestly, my conversations with kindergartners and my conversations with freshmen and high school kids don't sound different. They sound just the same, okay? All right, tell me if she's accountable. No, I want you to be compliant, okay? Because the only way, if a kid gets non-compliant in the conversation, we stop it. But we stop it with kindness. And we say this is too hard for you right now and that's okay. I'm gonna come back. Okay? What teachers want to do though is plow through it. And when a kid kind of bucks up on accountability, they go into lecture. Okay? And so what I see with accountability is you kind of push a little bit and kids will then start to get resistive and you back up a little bit and then you push again. So it's kind of a process to get to accountability, okay? But I want you to hear how I get to the skill. And if you can see ownership, partnership, and coachability with Susan, okay? Can you see ownership, partnership, and coachability? So I'm gonna start with relationship, and we will work more on this tonight, and I'll give you exact steps, okay? This is not the planning. This is holding Susan accountable for her action in the classroom, okay? Susan, you doing okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can we talk now?
Sure.
Okay. You look better. You look like you're calm now. I am. Okay. So 2 things while we talk. So I'm setting the boundary for the conversation here. Okay. I'm gonna be in charge of this conversation. I'm the adult. Okay. I'm gonna say this. Let's say she's a chatty little girl that likes to tell me everything that happened since her first deep breath. Okay. I'm gonna say this. 1, I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions and you're not in trouble. Okay, do I look mad?
No.
No, I'm not mad at all. Okay, I want you to be really honest. Does that mean tell the truth or don't tell the truth? Depends on what you ask me. No, if I want you to be honest, does honest mean tell the truth or don't tell the truth? And the second thing, when I ask you a question, I want you to answer it and then stop talking, okay? Okay, all right. So I've just set the boundary. You're not gonna tell me your whole life story. All right, okay? All right, that was sarcasm, by the way. Okay, in case you didn't identify it. Okay, so Susan, tell me what was going on in the classroom that I was worried about.
I was out of my seat and I was being loud, talking about things.
Good job being so honest. When you were out of your seat, did I tell you to go back to your seat?
Yes.
And when I ask you to go back to your seat, listen to the intentionality behind this question, okay? When I ask you to go back to your seat, I'm gonna give you 3 choices. Tell me which was most like you. Did you go back to your seat and stay there? Did you go back to your seat and then get up again? Or did you talk back like, what? Ah, I'm not gonna do that.
I went back to my seat.
No, you talk back.
Oh, I talked back.
That's the defiant part, right? Good job being honest. And when you said to me, I'm not gonna sit down, do you think I would say that made the situation better or worse?
Worse.
Okay, so let's talk about this is really hard, okay? When an adult asks you to do something that you don't like, or you think they're unfair, what do you usually do? Make things better or make things worse?
Worse.
That's what I've noticed too. And I don't want you to get in trouble just because you don't like what I say. Can you let me help you with that?
Sure.
So what's gonna be better when I give you a direction? To say, I'm not gonna do that, or this is hard, I need a minute.
This is hard, I need a minute.
Now we're teaching the skill, okay? So, which are they're about pages 3 through 5 or something in there. So when you say I need a minute, will your voice need to be calm or angry?
Calm.
Good job. What will your face need to look like, calm or angry?
Calm.
Okay. And if you say, I need a minute, and you need to move from your seat, where's a good place to go in the classroom?
Probably the safe seat.
Okay. Should you get there quickly or slowly?
Quickly.
Walking or stomping?
Walking.
Hands to yourself or on other kids?
Hands to myself.
And when you get to the safe seat, should you sit down like a student or throw yourself down?
Sit down like a student.
Do you need minutes, hours, or days to do what I've asked?
Probably just a few minutes.
When will I know you're ready? Will I see you listening or not listening?
Listening.
Will I see you working or not working?
Working.
Will I see your head up or head down?
Head up.
Okay. And how many times a day would you like to practice that? 4 or 5?
4.
Okay, so 4 times a day, I'm gonna come by and I might say this, Susan, do this. And I'm gonna see if you can say, I need a minute. Or I might come by and say, Susan, show me how to go to the safe seat. When you are practicing going to the safe seat, do you want to say your ABCs twice or count to 50 to know it's time to move back?
Count to 50.
Well, I want you to count to 50 inside your head or outside your head.
Inside my head.
And when you're done counting to 50, will you need to raise your hand to get up and come back or just come back? That's a trick question.
Depends on what you want me to do.
I'm gonna say if you count to 50 inside your head, you can come back without raising your hand. If it's a practice, okay? If you say to me, Miss Hewitt, that's hard and I need a minute, will I say, okay, you don't have to do it? Or will I say, okay, you can take some time, but you still have to do it?
I still have to do it.
And earlier, I'm gonna go backwards, okay? Earlier, when I asked you to sit down, did I feel like you responded in a respectful or a disrespectful way?
Disrespectful.
And when you're disrespectful, how do you fix that?
By saying calmly, I need to take a minute.
Do you think I'm gonna ask you to say I'm sorry?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, so are you ready to apologize or do you need some time?
I'm ready to apologize.
Where will I ask your eyes to be?
On you.
And do you know how to say a 3-step apology?
I do.
Okay. So what's the first step?
I'm sorry for stomping my feet and ignoring you in the classroom. Next time I will tell you I need a minute and go to the safe seat.
And then the last line is, can you accept my apology?
Can you accept my apology?
I will, and you did a nice job. Now, is she fixed? No. Have I got a baseline now to start with? Did she own the problem? After I told her what she did, yes, she owned it. Okay. Did she partner with me? This was a partnership, would you agree? Is she coachable? Right now she is. Will she always be coachable? No. But all I have to do is bring her back when she's not coachable. Okay? That's how you hold a kid accountable. What questions do you have about that? She is a kid that's telling me the right answers, and I think she means it, but she can't do what she's saying. Okay? Let's do that one, and then we'll do the one where they're just blowing smoke. Okay? So she has just told me exactly what she should do. Okay? And I'm going to say this. Have we had this conversation before, Susan?
Yep.
Have you said those things before?
Yes.
And has your behavior changed?
Not really.
You know what? I think that's my fault, not yours. Why did I say that? Reduce resistance. Because I think you mean what you say, but I don't think you can do what you say. And it's my job to help you do it. Okay? So, to help you, do you make choices, better choices when you're with kids or away from kids?
Probably when I'm away from kids.
So when we're back in the room, do you think I'm going to ask you to come to your regular seat or stay in the safe seat?
Stay in the safe seat.
Because you're in trouble or because I want to help you do what you say?
Because you want to help me.
Absolutely, right? Okay, now the kid that's middle school up. Okay, 3rd grade up, okay? The kid who's just blowing smoke and saying all the right answers, I'm going to say this. Hey, have we had this conversation before?
Yes.
Okay, has your behavior changed?
Nope.
okay? Does it feel to me like you mean what you're saying, or you just are saying what you need to get out of the conversation?
Saying what I need to get back to class.
Absolutely. And so here's the thing. You're saying the right things, but I don't think you mean them right now. How will I know when you mean them?
When I change my behavior.
And that's my job to help you with. But until I feel like you can have this conversation and partner with me, you can't come back to class. Okay? Now, do you know what it means to partner with an adult?
No.
If you're partnering with an adult, do you do what they say or not do what they say?
Do what they say.
Are you respectful or disrespectful?
Respectful.
Okay? Who's working harder right now to make you okay? Me or you?
You.
Absolutely. If you're partnering, who's working harder? You or me?
We both are.
We both are. So when you're working as hard as I am, that's when we'll talk about you coming back to class. Okay? Done deal.